Hey, Nancy Danino here. I was on earlier and had just gotten my hair did for those of you who didn't catch me earlier, but I thought I would pamper myself and I did an impromptu live video and I had mentioned that I would try and check in with you guys later tonight, which is now, in hopes of giving you a little bit of fitness motivation, especially over this holiday weekend, where I know that many of you are already feeling a lot of anxiety and stress because all they can think about is how they're going to be around family, a lot of family, and a lot of food. And how do they manage their food over the weekend? Well, it's interesting because if you're on the proper plan, then I know with my clients, then there shouldn't be that anxiety and stress. Like, and I know we're all human. I mean, I go through it too. We think, oh my God, there's family. Even if you have like up to 10 people, you get, whether it's a cookout or barbecue or whatever. But if I can say anything, it all starts in your mind. So when I tell people, it doesn't matter. You have to have that self-control in your mind and tell yourself it doesn't matter because the circumstances aren't going to ever be perfect. It's no different than putting a drink in front of an alcoholic. Of course, there's always that temptation, but it's about your own mental control, and you're the owner and the keeper of that. So I know that I used to get really, really, really bad anxiety. Like I remember I used to avoid, I didn't even celebrate my birthday for almost 4 years because I was either competing or I was traveling or prepping for a photo shoot. And I thought, what is wrong with me? And it was that sense of anxiety all the time because, and I used to hide or pretend I was busy during the time of my birthday because I would not want to go out to dinner. I would avoid restaurants. I would avoid seeing people or any type of social events. And I thought, this is no way of living. So as part of my journey, I really, and I speak of this in my story, which is on my blog, on my website, I really thought to myself, this is a death sentence. Like, there's no way that I can continue living like this, and this is not a lifestyle. I need something that's going to be suitable for my lifestyle because I can't be on calorie-restricted diets anymore. And I really spent a lot of time going through trial and error of a lot of, foods and methods that were going to allow me to burn fat and stubborn weight and not gain weight so quickly, especially having having an underactive thyroid. So having said that, a few years ago I did switch over to flexible dieting and intermittent fasting. It's something that I've been practicing for 3 years now, and for most of my clients, I do put them on the program using those methods, unless there's a unique person with a unique situation that may have something different. But my point of this whole thing is, with these methods and with my methods as a coach, I train you mentally to prepare for anything that's being thrown at you. So you're never going to have those perfect circumstances. Birthdays and parties and patios and summers are never going to go away. So I don't want you to be running from those events. In fact, it's almost like facing your fear. I want you to embrace those events. I want you to be able to manage your time through these events and those dinners and barbecues and, swimming parties or whatever have you. So on this holiday weekend, I need you to prepare in your mind and say, it's just another day. So it's really about the mental preparation to say, this is just another day. There's a lot more food, mind you, but it's not something that I say to myself that I need to have. It's not something that I need to have, one of everything. So if it's lean turkey burgers or lean chicken burgers, if it's, lean steak, that's great. You're allowed to have a day to yourself to enjoy some foods that are outside of your normal regime. And I've been speaking to women all week that have been calling me with respect to my new program launch, and I'll get to that. But I've been speaking to women about, why my methods work, why my coaching techniques work, why, my plans work year-round, 365 days a year, because it doesn't matter if there's Easter or birthday or Christmas. There's no anxiety thinking, oh my God, I can't eat this. With flexible dieting, it allows you to eat. There's no real food that's off the table, but as long as it fits within your daily caloric intake, and as long as, you fit within your macronutrient breakdown. So it gives you options, it gives you control, and that's the whole premise of my plans and me as a coach is I'm giving you control of your fitness lifestyle. I'm giving you control of your food. And as your coach, as your transformation coach, as your mentor, I am coaching you through these things to ensure that you're making right food choices. You're not trying to run away from food, but you are actually forming a relationship with food. Okay? You're not to run away or be unhappy, but you know, your food, you need to be hungry, but hungry and happy, and you need to make choices that are proper for your lifestyle. So I don't fret these events anymore. I mean, sure, there's times that I would just like to dive in and have a food porn, but really it's just about those food selections. So I spent the greater part of today going through a lot of my clients and going through what their plan was for the weekend so they're prepared. They know what's coming. It's like, you know how you have a competition, you know what the competition day is, or you know you have a wedding day. You prepare for any of those events. So it's no different than preparing for your special event or your holiday or Easter or whatever it may be. So I spent a greater part of the day, and it was fun actually going and speaking with a lot of with my kids, I call them my clients, and going through what their meals will be for the weekend, what they can and what they cannot have, and just relieving the stress. And they felt so good knowing that they actually had options. It wasn't like, I'm not one of those people who are going to say, Nancy, I cannot have this. And I'm like, no, you can't have this. You can't have a cookie. You can't have this. I'm already telling you, you're going to fail. And that's what I refuse to do. So I'm giving you food options. And right away, there's a diffusion. I already see the de-escalation and the anxiety. And now they're like, okay, this isn't as bad. So it's really a mindset that you need to embrace with flexible dieting, and I want you to prepare yourself, especially as we come into patio season and warm weather and more social events. So I'm seeing a lot of you here on the sides. James, great conversation we had, and you better behave. You told me, James, that you were back in the gym and you're doing really well. So I'm going to check in on you. I want a full report. Ha ha ha. Great conversation. And again, as many of you know, that I have come from my own trials and tribulations. I have felt your pains. I have felt the struggles. Nothing comes easy to me. I have one piece of pizza and it's like I've had 10 pieces of pizza. And I crush on these girls that can just eat whatever and not gain weight. That's not me, and it's never going to be me. I'm always going to be the person that has to work extra hard. I'm always going to be the person that has to put and plan that extra effort and make sure that I know exactly what's happening for the week, because that's just my endomorph body. And I was so excited, and I've been so excited speaking to all my the potential clients that I've been speaking to, as many of you know, because I've been trying to really educate so many of you and taking a lot of my offline clients, putting them online and have a greater reach, because I want to really try and help as many people as possible. And I started with the Slim Down, but I've officially launched my, here's my 8-week, here it is, 8-week New You transformation with me. And the greatest thing is that I'm going to be your coach. I'm going to transform you in 8 weeks. I'm going to be your mentor. I'm not just going to throw a nutrition and training plan at you, but I'm going to take this journey with you. And I know from what I've heard this week, all I've heard is, why me? There's that negative self-talk again. I know what it's like to have bought and spent and wasted money on every single product out there, hoping that it was going to give me the solution, and then feeling like a complete idiot because it didn't work. I have been there. I have been there thinking, oh, another wasted product that I used for a couple days and then threw into a drawer. So the New You program is really about you. And I really have a pure passion to get into your lifestyle as your coach and as your mentor. And in this program, it's intimate and customized. So I mentioned that I am only taking a small group of women to work with, to work alongside me, to show them what I do. And like I said, I'm no different than you. So I'm taking these women and I'm transforming their minds, and in this intimate and customized program, I'm showing them one-on-one what to eat. I'm not depriving them. I'm giving them a selection of food. So if anybody's interested in this program, call me, because I'm probably about almost halfway full, and there is a cap on the program because, like I said, I want it to be a very small group, a small community that we can all inspire one another and bounce off each other in terms of ideas and recipes. So this program is really meant for that person that's at the end of their rope. No more surfing and randomly surfing the internet and looking for answers. I'm going to give you the answers. I'm going to work with you, and it's going to be a together. It's not like I'm just giving you a program. I'm going to be with you. I'm holding you accountable. I don't want you to obsess anymore, but I'm going to give you the tools mentally and spiritually to become a better you. So this isn't about just transforming your body. It's about transforming your mind. So that's why this program is very special to me. It took a long time for me to see that. And it really has to start in your head. And that self-love that for those that have been following me, that self-love, knowing you're good enough, knowing that you're worthy. And the one thing I say to people that I talk to on the phone during my consultations to see if this is a perfect fit or I'm a perfect fit for them, is that they have to accept themselves first. Okay, so if you're always and constantly, going through the negative self-talk and the self-rejecting and the criticizing, and I'm hearing about, all I do is look in the mirror and I pinch my pimpled cellulite and I put on the oversized clothes. If you're constantly self-rejecting, then we need to switch that on the onset. I can't have someone coming into a program with such an attitude. So I need to switch your mindset to adapt to self-love and self-acceptance. Because if you're not going to accept your body, how do you accept your body to respond to any type of program? Really, mentally and physically, it all works together. So for those of you that are interested in becoming part of the new you and working directly with me, I suggest that you go to nancydonino.com/new-you. It's new-you. The programs there tells you I'm giving you a recipe book, sample workouts, nutrition plans, a shopping list, basically everything that I do and more. And I'm coaching you through this. You actually have access to my private video tutorial playlist, so you're actually working out with me online. And then we have our one-on-one coaching calls. So I am right by your side. Like I said, I've made it a mission to get into your mind. I made it a mission to find out everything about your lifestyle so it becomes part of your lifestyle. So it's not just your lifestyle, it's my lifestyle. I want to know what time you get up. I want to know what time you go to sleep. I want to know what you're eating. I want to know what your blood type is. I want to know what leads you into temptation. I want to know what your spirit is. So those are the things that I need to know, and why I say it's a new you, because it's not just a physical transformation, it's the mind, body, and soul. So anyone that's interested, please contact me, because it is filling up fast. And with the programs, as I was going back to this whole Easter thing, don't think of it as such an event. It's just another day. Embrace the mindset, and it'll come. So hopefully you have people to rely on. There's always a community of people that you can work with to help motivate you and inspire you and get through these difficult times. And as I always say, there's never going to be a perfect time. There's never going to be, I hear it all the time, oh, the kids, I hear it, I got to work full time, I go to it doesn't matter, because it's never going to be perfect. So you really just have to start telling yourself, and this is how I live. It's not a matter of I can't. It's just how can I, and a matter of when will I. So when you can keep telling yourself how can I and when will I, you know it's going to happen. It's just working through those challenges. It's working through the shit. Yeah, working through the shit. S-H-I-T. Yo, yes. Okay. So anyways, that is my motivational speech for the day. I want to hear from you. I'm going to enjoy a good barbecue this weekend. I've already selected my lean chicken burgers, lean flank steak, tons of vegetables, and I don't know what I'm going to eat for dessert yet, but that's the whole point. It's got to be fun. You've got to have a positive relationship with food, a positive one. So, okay, so let me just flip over here. Let's see. Okay, James, yes. Haha. Tad, you are awesome too. Tad, if you're still watching, so Tad and I have a very, I don't know if anybody knows Tad, and I'm going to look to see if you are, if you want to just say, yeah, I'm here, if you're there. Tad is so spiritually driven, and if you want to talk about positive energy and karmatic energy in this universe, I swear, we communicate on different levels that I've never ever can describe to anyone before. But Tad, you're so positive. Your energy has always kept me going. And for those of you, Tad is on my comment list here. Let me see if I can go through and scroll through here. And he was one of my greatest trainers, but I learned from him. He inspired me physically, mentally, and emotionally, and we have such great talks. So Tad, and his last name, Ayuno, I can never say it properly, but anybody that's looking for some great motivation, like his page. Every day he's got his happy bubble moment. If there's anybody that can turn any situation into a positive one, it's Tad. So like his page, follow him. He's always giving you some positive and spiritual motivation. And when you surround yourself with people that humbly appreciate the finer things in life, this weekend should be all about gratitude. It should be about self-love. It's about putting out that positive energy. And I know for myself, I have mentioned this before, I've cut off a lot of people in my life. I really need to align myself with people that have the same energy vibration as me. And I don't need haters. I don't need jealous people or envious people. But I need people that are going to empower me. And when you meet up with those people, it's like you're exhaling, because you understand the concept of self-love. You understand that even whatever contrast that you face in the day or in this life, it's the attitude of gratitude and knowing that it's there for a reason. And this universe isn't giving you, whatever belief you have, whether it's God or something else or just a common belief in this universe, you really have to accept that whatever contrasts come into your life, it's happening for a reason, and it's preparing you for something better. It's preparing you for the bigger stuff out there. It's preparing you for greatness. That was a big thing for me to understand, is understanding that when things were going wrong, instead of having this victimization attitude, because your biggest strengths come from those challenges, come from those obstacles. And when you wake up every morning, I have that practice of naming at least 10 things that I'm grateful for. Because honestly, those things like your health and your breath and the food on your table and just those finer things that we take for granted, if they were actually to be taken away from you, could you imagine your attitude then? So, having said that, understand and be grateful to whatever you have, and everything else will come to you in tenfold. So, Darren, health is your wealth. Darren, you've always had a positive attitude, and that's what I've liked. And Darren's a prime example. I know you've been through your own health and fitness challenges, and you know what, Darren, you keep going. You know, you've always had a great attitude, and that's what I love about you. So shout out to Darren there for sure. Bye, James. Yes, we will talk about soon, and I want to hear a report on what you're eating. So anyways, just accept you. Okay, just accept you. I say it every week, because if you're not accepting yourself, how's anybody else going to accept yourself? And I feel like a superwoman now, knowing that it doesn't matter. Nobody can hold me down. No one can hold me down, whether they criticize or, you know, there's envy or jealousy. I'm like, keep hating. You're only making me more famous. Yeah, I know. Anyways, new you again. Book your call with me if you really want to find out. Serious inquirers only. If you book your call with me, I would tell you all about the program, but I love coaching you on the phone and hearing your stories, because your story is my story. And we will find a solution. That is my mission, to find your solution. And there's no BS with that. I will not leave you astray. I really take your situations and your lifestyle seriously. So, hey. On a side note, I'm trying a new protein. I don't know if anybody's tried this. So I did my Costco shopping and everything today. So I always talk about protein powders that are low in carb, low in sugar, and low in fat. So I picked up this Kaizen Naturals because it's an isolate and it has a lot of natural products. And I like the fact that it's low in fat as well, has 35 grams of protein per scoop. So it's something I'm going to do a review of this. Kaizen has gotten some raving reviews. Bodybuilding.com has been an advocate of them as well. So if anybody has tasted this, then let me know what your thoughts are. And I'm going to try it out. And I love cooking with a lot of these proteins. I cook on purpose because it's so easy for me to get excited about cooking in protein powder. I was saying to one of my clients today, I don't know if she's on here, let me scroll through. Okay. So they said how we curb our cravings. Well, I had mentioned when I'm drinking my BCAAs, freeze them. So take your BCAAs in the morning or whenever you're drinking them and go to the dollar store, Walmart, and put them in the little popsicle holders, pour them in there, and it's like Kool-Aid when you were a kid. So I put them in the freezer, freeze them up for an hour or whatever, and then when you're craving, take them out, and especially on a hot summer day, there you go. There's your BCA popsicles. So I'm really silly, right? Corky me again. Hello, hello, hello. What else is happening? Fast and Furious this weekend. I'm hoping to catch it. Yeah, I love my cars. That's right. That's right. Okay. Well, I think I'm going to wrap it up. Have a great weekend. I'll try and touch base and check in. Let me know how your weekend is going. I am still going to train, especially because I know I'll be eating a little bit more of those flexible foods. And those ladies that have been contacting, book your call with me. I'm so excited that you can share your story with me. And like I said, it's my mission to give you a solution. The new you, it is almost halfway full. So I'm going to be extending that a little bit more. I want a small group of women that I can work with and change their lives. And I can't wait to share you as my next success story. And anyways, hit up my blog, nancydonino.com/blog, and my YouTube channel. Same again, everything's in my name, Nancy Donino. I'll be throwing a bunch of videos there. Toronto Pro Show is like a month and so away, and I'm hearing there's like MMA and all sorts of things, and I'm getting my roster of athletes, but I can't tell you all of them. Shh, I can't tell you all of them. So I'm going to be interviewing some really cool pro athletes. So make sure you guys are checking in, and I'll be posting those videos too. So anyways, I love you guys all. Thank you for inspiring me as usual. Send your questions to me, and I do my best. I still have over 500 in my inbox to accept, and I'm so sorry for that. But your patience is there. And again, I love you all, but please ask me serious questions. I know that sometimes I get, shall I say, if I'm going to be polite, some indecent proposals. I'm flattered, but I'm here for professional reasons. And I thank you and I'm flattered, but let's keep it at that. So having said that, have a great evening. Take care of you, and have a dope weekend, and I'm signing off. Check you later.